Alrighty guys, it's Wayne with Tri-County Locksmith, and today we're going to be checking out our Danner Rampant boots. After, let's see, the last one I posted the video when I got them, I think it was November 2014. So it's been almost 2 years. 2014, 15, 16, yeah, it's August now. So, you know, 20 months, something like that, a little bit less. And I wear these most of the time, you know. There's very few times when I'm not wearing these. I wear them on the weekends, you know, all throughout the year, except for when it gets really, really hot in, you know, June, July, something like that. I'll usually switch over to a sneaker, but then, you know, right after that, you're right back into the rainy season, where you want, you know, something to keep your feet dry. And this is what they look like. I would say, if I had to put an actual number on it, solid days worn, I would say this is probably 18 months worth of use. So you got about a year and a half. You know, it's kind of my experience that most of your Wolverine boots and things like that I've had in the past, you'll get about 1 year out of them, and that's going to be about it. So Danner, investing in the Danner is going to get you that extra 6 months or so, just depending on use. Once again, I do take care of my boots. As soon as I get them, we put the Obanoff's heavy duty LP oil on there, and then every single year we do that right before it starts to get cold in the winter season and the wet. And what that does is it conditions the leather for those hard wear spots. Like right in here, you can see this is where this boot is normally going to start to break down. And the leather on this boot has actually been the first boot that the leather has outlasted the sole. You can see some of the problems here and why we're retiring this pair, this big giant gap right here. Okay, so we can see that. I don't know exactly when that happened. It was within the last, you know, 2 or 3 months or so, but not a hole all the way through it, but it definitely does start to separate. You know, a couple things I noticed, it just kind of looks like this sole is just made out of layered rubber. Not a real big fan of that. I kind of don't like to see this, but again, this is their Chinese knockoff, or it's not a knockoff, but it's their Chinese line. It's the only pair of slip-ons that Danner makes. I wish they had more options. I would love to buy another pair of these, but I also like to try different boots and try, you know, different things. Would I buy these again? Yes, definitely. Would I recommend that somebody else buy them? Yes, definitely. They did a great job. 18 months out of harsh abuse and, you know, wearing them all the time, they did great. Danner does make some longer lasting, better options, but it's depending on whether you can, you know, use the lace up or not. I have to wear slip-ons. I'm coming in and out of people's houses all the time, and usually they want you to take your shoes or boots off because it's full of mud and snow. So, you know, I just can't be lacing up boots for 20 minutes. Gotta have slip-ons. So overall, happy with the boot. Got my money's worth. No complaints. I would like to see 2 full years out of it, but, you know, it is what it is. The main reasons we retired these boots are definitely that. The sole, as it wears down, is pretty slick on ice and wet, so just keep that in mind. And then, like I said, that hard layered rubbering just kind of doesn't, you know, it just kind of looks cheap as it wears down. So here's the other, and that's the TFX2 tread. Okay, TFX2 tread. I did go ahead and put some rubberized stuff on the toe here. Basically, it's just rubberized truck bed liner. You don't need to buy the stuff that's specially for this. You can, pretty much the same stuff. This is Herculiner. Basically, you just roll it on, put a piece of tape over here, and it keeps that toe nice. And that's really what's going to take the big nicks and gouges and that kind of stuff. So if you can protect that, you're going to extend the life of your boots. Where these failed in the waterproofing department is right here in the back. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that right there is your Gore-Tex liner. The Gore-Tex is what makes it waterproof. Waterproof leather does not mean waterproof. Gore-Tex lining means waterproof. You know, waterproof leather does okay. But if you're in a wet environment, your feet are still going to get wet. The only way to keep your feet 100% dry is this Gore-Tex lining, and as soon as this fails, it's no longer waterproof, and that's pretty much the reason why we have them. So it's time to go ahead and retire them. Again, once again, this is probably within the last 2 to 3 months, so you know it held together all the way up to the last little bit. You know, a couple things to just show you and take note of. This is where most boots are going to fail, is where these high wear lines are right here. This is where a boot fails most. You can see that's where the most damage to that leather is, right here, even with the conditioning twice a year. But you can see that this leather is also so thick that it never got all the way through. You can see there. Hopefully you can see. But it never made it through. Definitely nice, thick, heavy-duty leather. The way most boots will fail is you'll start to fail here, or you'll start to fail with the stitching and seams in the back, and then that'll allow dirt and aggregate to get in, and then that's just going to chew up your Gore-Tex lining, and then the boot's trash. So yeah, I mean, you know, you can definitely tell the high quality leather that they use. It's extremely thick, and whenever I get, you know, if I pay $200 for a pair of boots and I get over a year and a half, I'm happy. That's just all there is to it. If you start paying $300 for a pair of boots, they better be lasting 2 years. But I think these were only like two something, 225 or 250. I don't know. You have to look online. Danner Rampant slip-on boot. Their only slip-on boot that they make. I definitely buy it again. The only reason I'm not buying them again is because I want to try something different. This is a review page, a review channel, and it's kind of hard to review the same boot over and over again. Nobody really wants to see that. So our next boot will be the Ariat. Now, I know what you guys are saying, that's a huge step down from Danner, but once again, this is a review channel. I want to see how these do. This is about a $200 pair of boots. This is their waterproof model. This is basically everything that this has, except for it has this goofy cowboy stuff up here, which I'm not really a fan of, but it wasn't an option not to get. These were all the ones they had at the store. This is their H2O boot, Ariat H2O. This is the boot I'm going to try out. So far it's been feeling really comfortable. The leather's held together real well. I have hit this with the open option leather stuff. But they actually offer a lot of features, and I'll kind of compare the two right here. This is just a solid one-piece rubber here, whereas this has 3 different stages. This is a softer compound. We've got our harder compound down here, and then we've got another layer right in here. So far it seems like they're going to be a little bit more comfortable and take a little more impact. One more thing that they do as well is this large insert right here. All this orange is a large plastic insert, or poly, or whatever it is, that goes in there to support your foot. So if you're using this to use a shovel, dig, you know, ladders, standing on ladders all day, I did notice that in this. If you're standing on a ladder, it's not the most comfortable boot to have. This is actually a little bit more comfortable. It actually spreads that out. Now, we take all those into consideration, and you know, Ariat doesn't have the best reputation for lasting a long time. But I just want to see for myself how they do. This has all the same features. It's around the same price. I think it was about 180 bucks, almost 200 bucks. They were on sale. Has the Gore-Tex lining, leather all the way around, and let's just see how it does. So for more information, check out the website below. We'll check these out here in a couple months, a year, maybe 2. We'll see how they last, and we'll go from there. Danners, yeah, definitely. If you like Danners and you want a good slip-on boot, this is a great boot. For more information, check out the website below. Hey guys, it's the end of the video. You know, help me out and help me help you out. Right below the description box right here is a red subscribe button. Subscribe to me, and then you're going to get the latest and greatest information that I put out. Sometimes it applies to you, sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's just going to at least let you know that we're putting out new and current information. And then right over here is a thumbs up button. Give me a thumbs up. Help this video rank higher in the searches for the search terms that you're using. and let other people be able to see this. You know, that's the best way you can help. Interact. Leave a comment. I will get back with you if I can and try and help you answer your questions. But the more you interact and post this to Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and spread this through the social media, the more that allows me to be able to help do more videos. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And subscribe, share, and like. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.